There it is, Mr. Clean. Yep, Mr. Clean.
I forgot my wig today.
Oh.
Not
From
doing
the
it.
mountain to your street, giving you a taste of something sweet. So don't go away, sit down, take a seat. It's Midweek motivation. Now drop this beat, man. That's my dog. Let's go.
No, we're not doing that. Welcome to Midweek Motivation, real conversations with real people about a very real God. We found a real person.
Yes.
He's mostly a real person, and
Mostly,
the more I talk to him, the more I realize how old I am. Trevor does this to me a lot because Trevor's a little bit younger than I am.
Wait a minute.
And you're a little bit younger than I am. But the more, Brentley, the more we talk, right, the more I feel old, right?
Indeed.
And that's not a bad thing, right? Because I'm getting older. So I realized I'm sitting here the other day and we're shooting. Dustin and I are shooting some videos, right? Dustin's a little over 40. And I'm realizing we're having this conversation. I just had a birthday. I just turned 37. So yeah, exactly.
You don't
right?
look a day over 37.
So
brother.
I realized 37 rounds to 40.
It does round to 40,
Right. 36 rounded to 40, but it's still in that window of like, we don't have to really think about it. 37, like that you're getting closer to 40. And now if you're watching this and you're over 40, you're like, have no sympathy for me. Just pretend for me. Okay. But I'm sitting here recording with Dustin and I realize like, oh, we're basically the same age. Like we're gonna get put in the same bracket now, right? If you're grouping people, people that are 37 and 40, Dustin 40, 41? He's got to be 41. I think he's 41.
Dustin? Yeah, 41, I
41,
believe.
Yeah. But we're recording on it. It just dawned on me like, oh shoot, we're basically the same age.
Wow.
Well, we're both in the 30s decades.
We are
I
in
feel
the
like we're
30s.
close to the same age.
But I feel like 30s, you get a little bit of a range, right?
Yeah.
And then I hang out with somebody like you, Brentley, and you're how old?
I'm 21. Yeah. So, yeah. 21.
All right.
I'm about halfway there.
All right, so you guys missed most of this.
Yeah.
But we were discussing movies, and we talked about Mulan, which you thought was Moana at first.
Yeah,
because
I did think
you
that,
mixed up the song. That's okay.
Yeah.
Which, can we agree, both of them are fantastic movies.
I've never seen Moana, but I have seen Mulan.
All right, so there's no excuse for you to not see Moana.
Yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's a good movie.
Moana's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Have you seen Bible Man?
No, I have not. I think I know what that is, though. I've not seen that. Yeah.
Let's see. So you're 21 years old.
Yes.
I don't math. What year were you born?
2004.
2004.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So I was in high school in 2004.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
I was in high school. I was a junior in high school in 2004.
Okay, yeah, you are old.
Yeah. I'm old.
How old were you?
I'm old.
Or what were you?
Trevor was in
I was
elementary.
in 5th grade.
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Something like that.
Yes. So in case you were wondering, who's the oldest, it's this guy. And I do have the most gray in my beard.
Yeah. You are the elder of the podcast.
I know. It makes me feel great.
It's pretty nice.
It was nice when Trevor, it was nice when Carly was on because Carly was always a little bit older. Carly's a year older than me.
Okay. Yeah.
We're very close. but,
Carly's
like,
the old
So now
man.
you're the new elder.
now I'm the old guy, but that's all right.
That comes with wisdom,
So where you
And knee pain.
not
Knee
enough
pain
wisdom.
and back pain, yeah.
Definitely not enough wisdom. I will tell you where you do lack in your Disney movie skills and Disney movie knowledge. You are far superior to your generation in good music.
Yes.
Oh,
I
yes, for sure.
love music that's not pretty much past 2020. I mean, I will listen to music past 2020, but
All right.
yeah,
so
I love old
here's what
music,
we're going to
so-
do completely off the cuff.
Okay.
Okay. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to see how many good like 2000s bands
yeah.
you can name. Like I'm thinking pop punk genre.
Okay. Yes.
Right. Somewhere in that genre. Right.
Okay.
In 30 seconds.
So you said the album or the band?
The
Bands. All
Okay.
right. So Trevor, throw
Oh,
30 seconds
even
on a
the
clock.
album.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't
All
think
right.
I could do albums.
So
right?
pop punk bands, does that include punk too? Or like,
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah. We'll
so
throw
anything in that
punk.
kind of.
All right. So Trevor will put 30 seconds on the clock.
Ready.
And maybe if I feel really
See, I'm
good
not
in
fresh
editing,
to
I'll throw
this.
it up here.
Okay.
Not 30 minutes. 30 seconds.
30 seconds.
Oh,
All right.
boy.
How many
All right,
pop
let me
punk
know.
bands
Ready?
you can go?
Set.
All right.
Go.
First, Blink-182, Green Day, Paramore, Reliant K, good Christian band. Man, I'm blanking. No Effects, probably not a good band to listen to. Pennywise, probably not a good band to listen to.
That's a good disclaimer.
I need a disclaimer.
There you go.
I
I'm blanking.
I think we're at 7.
Oh gosh.
I
Oh,
think we're solid.
Offspring.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. I can't think of any more. But I know like all these bands.
Time.
We're talking
That's
about pop punk.
That's not bad.
If I went through my playlist, I could probably pull 30.
That's not bad. I wouldn't consider Offspring pop punk, but
Did you say Blink?
yeah, we
Yes,
definitely said
Blink.
Blink.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
you'd
that
missed
is
Blink,
pop punk. Yeah.
yeah, you got Blink and Green Day, so you get some good, old head emo ones.
Do you have the time
Yes.
to listen to me list off bands?
Yes. Exactly. 30 seconds to be exact.
Yeah, so that's not bad. That's pretty good, especially under the gun, 30 seconds. So if you thought of a band, go ahead and throw it in the chat. Let us know that he missed. That would be fantastic.
And then we can tell you if they're good or not.
Yeah. And also put a disclaimer if they're good or not, to listen to.
Yes.
So,
And also,
important.
disclaimer, we do not necessarily endorse
Yes.
all of these bands.
yeah. And what they say. We need
Yes.
to be
We
very
do not-
specific on that. Yeah.
This
views-
podcast is sponsored by A Life of Holiness.
Yes.
The views of these bands do not necessarily reflect the views of these hosts.
Yes.
Yeah, all those
Exactly.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah, fantastic bands, parts of history.
Yeah.
You did leave out one of my favorite bands.
Which one's that?
Dashboard Confessional.
I don't think I've heard that.
Goodness gracious.
After this
You
podcast,
and
I'll listen to it.
Dashboard, man.
I am a
Yeah.
huge.
I never
Dashboard
thought they were good.
fan. I love Dashboard Confessional.
I can't talk though because Blink-182 is probably my favorite secular band, and I know that's unpopular to a lot of people.
Well,
so.
honestly, Blink-182 started
Yeah.
a movement even in the Christian pop punk
Yeah.
era. I mean, I think a lot of what Reliant K did was inspired by Blink.
Yeah.
And
It
bands
sounds like
that.
you're listening to a Blink album when you're listening to Reliant K.
It's just better.
Well, they also
It's
get.
better,
They're also heavily influenced by bands like All Time Low.
That's another one.
Starting Line. Is
Yeah.
that the one? Is that the Starting Line's a band? isn't
All
it?
American Rejects.
Descendants.
All American Rejects. Yeah, fantastic.
See, now I'm starting to remember more. Too late now, but
Do you feel like a man?
MXPX apparently is a Christian pop punk band. But
Yep.
don't hold
Yep.
to
Wow,
that.
that's a throwback.
Yeah, I don't know how Christian they are, but they said they're Christian. So
Hey.
I don't know what the lyrics.
Let's just have a music
Yeah.
podcast.
I mean,
Yeah,
we're
I mean, that'd
pretty
be
close
great,
to a
yeah.
music podcast right
Just give me a
now.
guitar right now.
So
Yeah.
we should probably introduce this guy. This
Yeah.
is our friend Brentley.
Yes, nice to meet you.
Brentley
Yes.
is, I think you're officially the newest staff member at Parkway,
Yes, I believe so.
right? Are you before? Well, you were an intern
think
before.
so.
No, Trevor
No,
was on
he's
first.
new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was right after
Yeah.
Trevor. I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah.
I'm the middle school director, by the way. Used to be on the worship team, and so yeah, I'm kind of help with John Spencer with the youth, and I direct my focus on the middle school kids. So that's my job here.
And this is why he needs your prayers.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I love these kids. So
Middle schoolers, okay, look, I was a youth pastor for about 10 years, right? Middle schoolers are the craziest, most fun human beings on the planet.
yes,
Hands down.
definitely crazy.
Right? Now, along with that, they are also not human.
Yeah.
Okay. They are some subset of human, right? They are their own special breed. They require a lot of care, right?
Paying attention.
They
Mostly
also
just to
smell.
keep them alive. Yes.
They smell.
They do exhibit odd smells.
Yes,
Well, mostly the boys.
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely the boys. They're learning that showering is a requirement,
Indeed.
not an option.
Yes.
Right. And they think they understand girls and they think they know everything.
Yes. If you're a middle schooler listening to this, just know that in honoring your parents, you should also shower at least once a day.
Yes.
That would
Oh
be
my
a
God.
great
Honor the general
commandment.
public.
Yes.
Look, I don't know if we can fairly, make scripture say that, but can you work that in your next middle school small group?
I mean, it says to wash,
I do
Ooh,
think
so,
that
I
those
mean,
are
make
wise
that happen.
words
Yeah.
for some adults too that need to hear.
Yes,
it.
for some-
thank
definitely
you.
adults,
Thank you for
yes.
mentioning it.
I think there's something in there about buying deodorant too. I think that's also another thing.
Yeah.
Aluminum free.
Yeah.
Man, thanks for sending us down that rabbit hole.
Yes.
Well, Brentley, since you're a huge fan of the show and you watch every episode,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah. Can you tell us what the number is people can call if they want to get in touch with us?
I've actually never seen this show before. I
Never
won't even lie.
once?
Yeah.
Wow.
Good.
I was gonna actually watch a bunch last night to prepare myself, but I didn't. So the number is
That's 540 900
900
38
38
38.
38.
One of
Is
the
it
greatest
are you
numbers
doing like
you
the
can
Disney thing.
I'm just
Like,
no.
really?
I'm just.
Oh, okay. You should have that like where you can like draw the number and it has like the. That'd be sick.
Trevor, I'm deciding more and more these shows are better when it's not just you and me.
Right.
And maybe
wait a
maybe
minute.
Brentley's just a great guest. But like our episode with Carly 2 weeks ago, that was our not quite our last week on Pray First, but we did 5 weeks. We did 5 episodes on Pray First.
Well, it is kind of important.
Yes, absolutely. And I would say too, we still barely scratched the surface.
True.
So there's still plenty there. So get your copy of Pray First.
Yep.
Today.
And don't
Chris
forget about
Hodges.
the prayer wall on the church app.
Yes, you can go to parkroanoke.com/prayerwall, or you can go to your church app, your Parkway app. Have you seen this?
No, I haven't.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm slacking on the.
Employed by the church hasn't even looked at it.
I'm going to show you right now, and I'll put a screenshot up here for everybody to see. But so I'll show you right here. So one, this is the church app. You should have it.
Okay, I have seen that.
Okay, good.
Yes, but
I would hope so because we were just talking about it.
Yeah, we were just talking about this.
So if you go to more and you go all the way down to prayer wall.
Okay.
I hid it because I wasn't sure what the problems were yet, and I didn't want it just to be like
out in the
there.
open and
Yeah. So we have a prayer wall.
okay.
Where you can leave a prayer request, or you can leave it. You can leave your name, or you can leave it blank. You can submit it, and then people can go through and they can hit the I prayed button, and it'll the counter will go up for how many times we've been praying.
It's pretty cool. Yeah.
Isn't that fantastic?
Yeah.
I didn't pray for my own prayer request.
Yeah. I'm
apparently.
glad you pray for yourself.
Which seems, I don't know. Is that a thing? Is that self-serving?
I mean,
No, you should
at
pray.
least you know that you're praying. It's like kind of like believing in yourself, you know.
Yeah, I think so.
I mean,
I prefer to believe in Jesus, but
I think
cool
that's
too.
most important. Yeah, first.
Yeah, in case you were wondering, if you've never watched a show before, there is a good amount of sarcasm. So Brentley, since you're new to the show, I will tell you you're fitting right in with our brand of sarcasm.
My middle initial is S, which stands for sarcasm.
I thought
Serious. Yeah.
No, not serious.
I was thinking it was
I thought you
Steven.
were.
It's actually Stone.
Stone.
Trevor Stone.
Cold.
Whirly. No, just
Okay.
Stone Cold Whirly.
Yeah.
That's
That would have
fantastic.
been,
It might be now. But yeah, so welcome to Midweek Motivation. We are here with our good friend Brentley, our middle school director is the official title. Right. So he was an intern with us for a summer.
Yep.
And notably named Brintern.
Yes,
which is
Brintern was the name.
just perfect.
I still think it fits, but now I'm him, so I think that's also another name.
I thought Brizzler was pretty good.
Brizzler's pretty good.
I like that.
And we can still use that.
I got to tell the 6th graders that. They'll love it.
But now that you're on staff, Brintern is, we got to retire Brintern.
Now I'm him.
You're him.
You are him.
Him.
Yes.
I'm the guy.
Did Owen officially claim that? Owen claims that he started
He
that.
started that?
That's what he claims.
I thought it started in staff meeting.
He started what? He started
Oh,
what? Him?
that is
I think it
in
did
staff
start.
meeting.
It did
Okay.
start
Yeah,
in
you're
staff
right.
So maybe you started it.
So, no, I don't think so, because Owen picked it up, and Owen went down the middle schooler rabbit hole, Gen Alpha.
I think you started it. Now think about it.
I was the first one to say him.
Yes.
Everybody was trying to be like, well, what can we call him? And I said, him.
Yes. So we give credit to Trevor for that great name.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah, there's no money for that.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm going to copyright it. Look, if we're going to have the middle school director on, you got to at least have a 6-7
Look,
at some point.
I sincerely apologize for all of their Gen Alpha antics. I don't know what you guys are. I guess maybe are you considered a millennial, Trevor?
I am a
You're still a millennial like me.
I am a millennial.
And that puts you in Gen Z.
Me?
I think you're in Gen
I don't
Z.
think I'm Gen Z.
I mean, you're either Gen Z or Gen Alpha.
What is 2004 then?
I don't know. Is that?
I don't
that
know.
might be Gen Alpha. You might be Gen Alpha.
I don't want to be tied to Gen Z.
Is Gen
Nothing's
Z
wrong
later
with
than Gen Alpha?
Gen Z's great, but
Gen Alpha's before Gen Z, right?
No, Gen Alpha's after. Gen Alpha is
then
like
he's Gen Z.
I feel like Gen Z gets such a bad rap.
You are Gen Z
Yeah.
because
okay, then I guess I am.
Because I think millennials
Yeah.
ended in 95 or 96,
something like that.
and then Gen Z started.
It's changed over the years. They keep changing what's a millennial. Like it used to be years ago, it was 1980 to 2000.
That's
Right.
weird. That's weird.
That is a broad range.
That is
Yes,
a long
it is.
time.
Yes. It's
I thought they
fantastic.
were by decades.
Typically.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then they break
For the
them up.
most-
And then
for the
there's you got
most
subcategories and everything. So if you know what we are, go ahead and let us know in the chat what we are
Other
and what
than
this
awesome,
kid is.
I mean,
Yes.
Naturally.
First off.
naturally.
But yes, a couple things coming up. Number one, we are baptizing folks on
Yes.
Sunday.
Yes.
I don't know how many are signed up right now, but we are baptizing folks So if you've never witnessed baptism at Parkway, I would invite you to join us either in person or online, 9 and 10:30. It's always a party. It's probably the biggest party I've ever seen around baptism that happens here. So fantastic. Make sure you're here. Sidewalk Prophets is here this Sunday as well.
The 19th.
Yep, Sunday night.
Yep, Sunday night. Tickets are still available. You can go to parkroanoke.com and find tickets there. Or, if you Google, what 90% of people are going to do to find things.
Yeah.
If you Google Sidewalk Prophets, Roanoke, you're going to find it. So,
yes. And if you're going to get tickets, I will make the announcement again for the second week in a row. Only buy from the Eventbrite website, because there are people scamming people out there, and apparently they are selling tickets for like groups of 4 for like $600 something. And I promise you, an individual ticket is not $200 something.
yes.
Well, it should
it's
be.
not that much.
It should be.
It's nowhere close, actually.
Look, Sidewalk Prophets is great.
Yes.
Fantastic band.
Yes.
I don't know that they've ever sold tickets for $698.
Very doubtful.
Right. They're a big
It's a
band,
special
and
night.
they're real big in the Christian world. Great band. It's going to be a great show, but they do not cost $698.
No.
I don't know how much they cost, but if you go to the website, you'll find out.
There's a lot of money.
There you go.
Yeah,
Are people actually paying
For
parkroanoke.com.
all those that are curious,
Wow.
go to the website.
Yeah, go to the website. You'll find out.
Actually, go in your app
Ooh, yeah.
and
Find it in
click on the
app.
link.
Good
It's
plug.
under the news.
It's a good way to
News and
plug
events.
that.
You're welcome. Yes. Well, I have to plug it because that is my job
Yes. And your baby.
and my baby.
One of your babies.
Studio C is my baby.
So those things are coming up. That's all
Yes.
this Sunday. It's going to be a great day. If you missed this past week, we had a great time. It fit perfect timing with what we've been talking about in midweek. But so we had a great prayer service on Sunday. Fantastic experience. We were talking when we were planning. Number one, another great message from Dustin, Filling in the Gap series. Go back and watch it.
It's becoming common.
Yeah, we do pretty well, right? So we have an entire preaching team that gets together and writes these things and helps put these together, right? So Dustin's great, but he's got a lot of great help as well. So let's not leave the rest of the preaching team out. He does not come up with all these things on the own.
True.
On his own.
We'll go with it.
Yes,
I like that.
not on the own.
Yeah.
So great team that spends a lot of time in prayer and really studies scripture and puts those messages together. Excellent message. If you were not here, if you didn't get to experience it, you need to go back and listen to it. Even if you just listen to the part, we played this video of a gentleman, a pastor who had been sick. His vocal cords had been damaged by, Dustin said, by the flu. For about 3 years, he'd been to 63 different experts. And all the doctors, all the experts said, we don't know what's happening. There's nothing we can do. Right. So this is late 80s. This was happening. So fairly recent. And then he's teaching in a Sunday school class one morning. And in the middle of him teaching and preaching, he's preaching on healing.
Yeah,
right?
he's preaching on God still doing miracles, performing miracles.
And you can hear the moment where God heals him, right?
Yeah.
So his voice, he could barely speak, kind of above a whisper. And then in the middle of this, God heals him, right? And it's the coolest thing.
And he was like, I'm at a loss for words. And the guy who was at a loss of words was at a loss for words when his voice was healed. Yeah. It was really amazing.
When we were watching the video during the service.
Yeah.
And then I must have gotten some dust in my eyes.
Yeah.
I mean, they were watering like crazy.
It was powerful.
Really weird coincidence.
Yeah.
God still does miracles.
Right.
Yes.
Coolest thing. So you can look him up too. His name is Dwayne Miller. He was a preacher, and I don't know where, but look him up. It's a great story. So good news, miracles can happen in today, even in a Baptist church. I'll just say it, right? God is not limited by your denomination.
Amen,
right?
brother.
God's not limited by anything, except what our faith and our belief will allow. Right. That was a little bit of the story that the message that Dustin shared on Sunday. So go back and watch it. It's fantastic. I won't try to steal his thunder because I can't do it justice. But fantastic message. It's all good. Look, you should probably share it with somebody. But probably the greatest thing we did in that service was, rather than just talk about healing, right, and teach on healing, we invited people to be prayed over And when we were planning, we were talking, we were like, all right, well, there probably is not going to be that many that come, right? So let's be ready to cut the song short and move on to the service and everything. And then we ended
were
up
not
going
right on that.
Yeah,
It was so many people. It was so amazing just to see how many people came up to pray for.
Yeah, I mean, literally half the church in both services. It was great. And we invited, so we had a team that was ready and prepared, to be up front and be praying for people. And then we saw the response of the first service. We're like, let's get some more, because, our second service in person is typically a little bit larger. So we needed some more people. So Dustin was just grabbing, every team lead, everybody who's a leader. People were being prayed over, for multiple things, for asking for healing, asking for, healing in relationships, all sorts of things. So it's a real powerful thing.
It's commonplace around here now for the Spirit to be moving on Sundays. Yeah.
Yes.
It's commonplace. Now, I will say too, I don't always take my ears out on the stage, but I had to at one point because I had to scratch my ear, right? But while I was doing that,
glad you were able to scratch.
while I was doing that, it was during the first service of all times, the 9 o'clock service. They were loud during worship. They were loud.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is fantastic. I don't even want to wear my ears anymore because I want to hear them.
Yes. Yes.
So,
I had a similar thing happen to me the last Christmas service. It was when everyone had the candles lit, and I thought I was in heaven, dude. Just seeing all the lights and everyone just continuously singing whatever Christmas song we were singing.
That one, the Give Thanks service.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
And Give Thanks too, and Mondi, and we have a lot of great worship services here, and it's just amazing, to see people worshiping. Yeah,
we have a lot of great worship guitar players as well, and then we have one less because he decided to listen to Jesus.
Betrayal.
You're right.
Yeah.
Pain.
So Brentley, you and I go back. You and I go back a ways.
We do go back. Yeah, I know you longer than really anyone at this church, other than my parents.
Other than your parents. Yeah. So you come from, your parents are great, some of the best people I know.
Yes.
Which I did find out. I don't know. I've known your parents for a long time. Not quite a decade, but it's been several years.
It's been a while. Yeah,
It's probably 7 years. Yeah, we've known each other a while. And I did not know your dad was from Iowa.
Yeah, he is.
Your dad's an Iowa Hawkeye.
For a very short time in his life.
Certified good guy. Those Iowa Midwesterners are just good people.
Dude, any Big Ten fan that's not from Ohio,
Amen,
fantastic
brother.
human being.
Amen,
That's
brother.
always great.
Yes. Yeah.
I love him because I always look. So I'm from Michigan. Trevor's a Michigan fan, right? We've adopted him into the Michigan family.
Well, my
he
dad's from Michigan.
Exactly. So you're born and raised, in the Michigan way.
Yeah.
One way or another.
Yep.
And
I say pop.
Pop.
What, for soda? Oh no.
We do claim you.
It's pop.
Oh man.
Yeah, and the Big Ten football for decades has been talked about as the little brother to SEC football. And that's real football. No.
I'm sorry to interrupt.
That is not the
So
case.
when you call soda pop, do you call popcorn soda corn?
No, because that's completely different.
I feel like it's just hard for me to accept calling it pop. I know it pops when you open it, but I don't know. I had an argument with someone that
I've
I
also
knew.
heard a lot of people in the South just call everything Coke. All the sodas are Coke.
I've heard that
that's
too.
Coke.
See, that's wrong.
Okay.
That's ridiculous.
That's a different level of wrong. So at least we all agree on that.
Yes.
All right. I'm sorry.
Anyway, what's the subject?
Yeah, something. Well, the subject is Brenturn, but
Brenturn.
Him.
Yeah.
Him.
Doing big things in the middle school.
so yes, we've known each other a long time.
We have known each other a long time.
And I guess you would have been in high school when we met, right?
Yes, I think probably junior year.
Yeah.
Maybe senior year.
Yeah, so we met. We were both going to another church, and you were playing the bass.
Yes, I was playing the bass for the youth and the main worship. So
Those were good days.
yeah, those are good days. Yeah.
Yeah, you were playing the bass, and I got to be the tech guy, the tech nerd, doing all these things.
Yep.
And so you started playing the bass, and then I found out that your mom is a tech person as well.
Yes, she
Right.
did run tech at her small Baptist church.
Yep. So then she and I got to work together running the tech at that church. Great time. Shout out to our friend Jacob.
Yes.
Right.
Miss
Love
you,
you,
Jacob.
one of the greatest worship leaders I've ever worked with.
Yes. He's
Great
a
dude.
Great guy.
Learned a ton from him in the tech world, in the worship world. Great time. We borrowed him for a little while, here at Parkway, and now he is leading worship out at Living Well and doing some great ministry.
We've yet to find somebody else to sing Good Plans. So thanks a lot, Jacob.
Yes.
I think Joel.
I love that song.
Yeah, it was so good.
I got faith in Joel.
Yeah,
I think Joel can do it.
should do it. I don't know why we haven't been doing it. Somebody get on Marshall. Like, text him. If you have his number, text Marshall, say, when are we going to do Good Plans? Because Trevor wants to play it.
Yeah, so then you and I both found our way kind of here to Parkway through some different circumstances.
Yeah, different circumstances.
We found our way to Parkway. And then at some point you learned how to play guitar.
So I always knew how to play guitar, but I was just better at bass.
Yeah.
But
and we needed a bass player more than we needed a guitar player.
Yes. And then eventually, I think Jerry used to play guitar. I think he stepped out, and then we had Kent come back. So then I was throwing guitar. And
so we had an opportunity for you to
that,
become my second favorite guitar player.
Yes.
Yeah, and then you abandoned. You're my favorite guitar player.
Oh
Trevor.
man, that is so sweet.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not even that good, but
At
I
least
love
for the
it.
purposes of the show. But
Never mind.
it's all right. It's
I
all
take
good.
it back.
But so you ended up serving on the worship team in a volunteer capacity, and then you actually started on my stage crew.
I did. I did.
And then
start
they
in
found
sixth
out you
grade,
could play bass and play guitar, and then Marshall does what he always does when he
I'm
finds
gonna
out I
steal
have
you.
good people.
Yeah. There was a
Takes
talent.
my good people.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's talent to be taken.
We have multi-talented people, and he took you.
Yeah.
So, that is what it is. We're happy to share you.
Yeah. A funny story from the stage crew. I don't know if y'all remember, but I was carrying out Dustin's table, or maybe it was John Otts at the time, and I remember how there was a water ball on it, and like this was when everyone was praying and the sermon bumper was going. The bottle just smacked on the stage, and it was the loudest noise ever. And so anytime I'm talking to stage crew now and they're so nervous, I'm like, you cannot mess it up more than I messed it up. So that's the best way to think about it.
And I'll
So,
tell you too, I'll give you a little bit of credit too.
Yeah.
We tend to mess with the stage crew when th're walking on the stage.
Yes.
So it's, look, I'll just give everybody a little behind the scenes.
Yeah.
All of our production crew wears headsets, and
Yes.
you can go ahead and just believe that we're only saying things that are important to the production, right? And we're very serious and very
Yes,
focused.
very serious.
That's not 100% true.
No,
All right. So we're having fun.
Yes.
So I like to, whenever the stage crew person is walking on stage, because I get to serve and lead our production teams, and they're the best in the business, especially in the church world. By the way, just so we're clear, we could absolutely hold our own with some professional production crews. It's fantastic. And we have all volunteers and not a single true professional, except for Kent. We make him play the bass.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
I technically worked stage crew for a little bit at Dr.
that's
Pepper
true.
Park.
That's true. So you
a little
might
bit
have
of a
been the only professional.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, if you got paid for it, you're technically a professional.
Technically, yes.
But occasionally, in fact, most of the time, for most of our stage crew people, when they're bringing the table and the TV
Yes.
on stage during the sermon bumper, usually I have something to say in their ear. I might be communicating a little bit,
Stuff nobody sees.
encouraging them not to trip, right?
Yes.
And there may or may not have been a stage crew member where I said, "Hey, just do a little dance," and they may have done it.
Oh yeah. I remember this. I saw that.
Did you
we were
actually see
walking
it?
on, yeah.
Yeah. So just there's a little Easter egg for you. Just look for some of those things because our production crew is, I think, the best in the business, but we also like to have fun.
Yeah.
So just look for those little fun things and just know that they're enjoying serving the Lord in that way. And, we're having some fun doing it.
Yeah. Hug somebody who serves on production. Give them a hug or high five or
Yeah, they're doing the heavy
shake
lifting.
their hands. They're doing a lot of work.
Yeah.
Maybe offer to pop their back too.
Just maybe after service because they work hard during service.
If they're lifting heavy things.
Brew them a hot tea.
Yeah, brew them hot tea. Yeah.
Brew them a hot
Give them some
tea.
soup.
Massage their shoulders.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we brought you into the production world.
Yes.
And then Marshall quickly stole you.
Yes, I was snatched.
And we shared you for a little while. And you and I actually went through Equip at the same time.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. So
we
your
did.
parents and Courtney and I were all in the same, and you were in Equip together. Went through
Yes.
Equip that summer all together, all those 3 years ago, right?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah,
That's
we've
a
been
long
around
time.
3 years.
Yeah. I can't
Whoa.
even. I forget how long it's been.
It's a good time.
Yeah.
So we got to take Equip together, and out of that, we helped you discover your purpose, right? I got a job out of it.
Yeah.
You got a job out of it just
Yeah.
a couple years later.
A couple of years later, yes. Just needed to fast forward.
Trevor got a job out of it, but it took a couple of years.
It took some moving pieces. Those that know me and my situation probably
Always
know.
some moving pieces.
It took some moving pieces, and obviously, I think it was spiritually ordained. But
Well, this is what I like about both of you guys' stories, and we're going to talk specifically about your story a little bit today. But you guys are both people that were not professionally trained in ministry, but served in the church, and felt that pull and that tug to come and serve in ministry, right?
Yes.
And I think that's fantastic. And what I love about finding people and hiring people from within the family, right, is you already get our DNA. You understand what we're about. And it's just the coolest thing. I love seeing it. So, Brentley, tell us a little bit about how you went from you've had a couple different jobs over the years.
Yes, I have.
Right, a couple different adult work-life jobs.
Adult.
Not
adult
everybody's favorite jobs all the time.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
talk to us a little bit about, you graduated high school, and then you're working as an adult.
Yes.
And then how does that translate into now you are a middle school director
Yes.
at
Okay.
one of the fastest growing churches in Roanoke?
So I try to make a long story short, but after high school, I worked at Walmart for a long time, and I was like stocking shelves, unloading trucks, and then I kind of just realized, like, this is kind of pointless, and I knew that it wasn't something I wanted to do for a long time. And I also just want to say that just because you work at Walmart doesn't mean that you're pointless. So I just wanted to say that first and
Absolutely.
foremost. They're all people working. So then after that, I went and was trying to find a job in the trades, and electrical just called my name, and I did electrical work for a while, and I went to Ostrom to be an electrical apprentice, and that was a lot of fun. I really did enjoy that work. It was nice just being able to go out and like do projects and get shocked every now and then. It's kind of shocking in a way.
keeps your heart rhythm in check.
Yeah, maybe a little bit out of check from times, but yeah.
Go.
Not
but-
that we're advertising that and advocating that as good medical advice.
Yes.
Yeah.
Don't touch the wire. That's the main thing.
Call a professional.
Yeah. Call a professional. Call me. I'd love to help. I'm not a professional. I'm still an apprentice, but I know how to do stuff.
Sweet.
But
Keep that in mind.
yes. But then after that, I was working in fiberglass and drywall. Was like tearing up my arms because I have really bad eczema. And then, so I quit there and I went back to Walmart, and I got really depressed, and I just felt like anything that I was doing, like, just wasn't fulfilling. Like, just didn't know what I wanted. And I also like had planned to make a career out of this electrical stuff, and then it just went away, and kind of was just asking God, like, where do I go? And at this point I was already helping with the youth worship, and it just came to me that like I really like church. I love being in church. Like, I'd love to work in the church if I could. And then I went to John Spencer one night, and I asked him like, hey, is there any open jobs available to help with like the youth or just in the church in general? And he told me about that internship that was open. So then I started helping the youth out more, and just helping mainly like setting up the services and just being the guy in the background to just kind of, get things set up, and watching John as he preached and everything. And then the main thing for me that like confirmed a calling to the church was when we went to NTS, which is Never the Same camp. Me and Miles Spence were put with the ninth graders to lead them, and that was a great week, honestly. Like, this,
And you survived.
Yeah, and I survived. Yes, that was the main thing. But that week, the first thing that happened when we got there was just all the ninth graders were complaining. It was just like, oh man, this is gonna be a difficult week. Not a difficult week, but just a new challenge, because I've never had to do anything like that. And but as the week went on, and as we kept having messages and worship throughout the week, I saw on, I think it was one of the nights, they like basically gave a ask if you want to like recommit your life, and every single ninth grade boy, like, they went from sleeping during the sermon to like actually on stage and recommitting. And I've never seen a bunch of ninth grade boys cry.
Yeah.
And I say that because when I was in high school, it was always like, you keep you don't open up about your feelings. And I didn't have Christ in my life like to that fullness when I was in freshman year. And I think it was just amazing to see that in them, but they were all confessing to each other things, and it was just a really powerful moment. And at that moment I knew like that's what I want to do. And I remember even talking earlier in that week to John. I was like, man, how do you know if you're called or not? Because I just like, I felt this pull to work in the church, but I just didn't feel like any confirmation, and I didn't know like if I should keep going. And John basically told me like, well, you're just going to have to like either come to that decision or like wait for that decision to come to you. And that was the moment that solidified it to me. So then I just kept working, and at the end of the summer I was like, well, can I keep working? And then Andy and John came to me and told me that we're looking for a middle school director, and they sat me down. They said, we think you'd be great for the job. And after some thinking, I said yes to it, and it's been a great decision. And at first, as we talked about, I've been on the worship team, but at first I didn't want to give up worship because that's honestly one of my favorite things to do. And I'm so blessed to be able to do that with the youth.
We're obviously fine.
Yeah, y'all are fun. I'm just kidding. But I really felt that true worship is also being obedient to Christ.
Yeah.
And I feel that if I wasn't obedient in the calling and I just focused on worship, I would be doing it for myself and not for Christ.
Yeah.
And that's when I kind of just knew that there has to be self-sacrifice. Like, if we're supposed to crucify our flesh, like that also means to crucify our desires and to let God truly work through us. So I think, and I was talking to my friends and just telling them like, it's crazy how much has happened in this 1 year.
Yeah.
Spiritually in my life, because it is like, I feel like God has just been like, you thought you were going this way, but now you're actually going this way. Sorry. Yeah. And it's really just amazing, honestly, just to put it all into one word. It's just amazing. So
that's cool.
Yeah. That's where I'm at now. And, now I'm just, learning how to do the middle school stuff, preparing to, I think I'm on the ordination track now. So I'm planning to go to school soon to, get
I'm
certified.
going to have to call you Pastor Brentley.
Yeah, Pastor Brentley, Pastor him.
Man.
Pastor him.
Your middle name doesn't start with a J, does it?
It's actually Anakin.
Dang it. That's so cool.
Yeah. My full name is...
I did know that.
Actually, I don't know if I should say my full name. Yeah, I will. Brentley Anakin Ring. That's my full name. So
it's actually Pastor Anakin Brisler.
Yes. Yes. I'll tell the sixth graders
That's fantastic.
that. They'll love it. Yeah.
I love that.
I actually have a pink bass, and I was playing.
You do have a pink bass.
Yes, I do.
It's very pink.
Very pink.
And I was playing it one night for youth, and I had someone come up to me who's like, Brentley, your bass is so tough. And that was all I needed. I was like, I'm playing this bass from now on.
It's so tough.
Yeah, it's so tough.
You have arrived. The middle schoolers think your bass is
Yes,
tough. So.
yes. That was all I needed to have confirmation from them.
Right.
To know that I'm cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a couple of things I want to push on that you said there. Yeah. Number one, this is something that I know, and I'm just going to call this out. You have two of the greatest parents that people have ever had. I love your parents. I love your family, especially your mother. Has been a good friend of mine for a long time, and she makes the absolute best pumpkin chocolate chip cookies.
She does.
It's funny. She texted me last night about something completely unrelated, and when I saw it was her name popped up, my first thought was, oh, she's going to bring me pumpkin chocolate chip cookies.
Still waiting.
Yeah. She makes great pumpkin chocolate chip cookies.
She also serves on our production team. She's a photographer of ours, so shout out.
She also serves at the jail. I can't remember which jail. I think Corner Springs. She does a ministry down there too, where she preaches to the people down there. I think the juvenile. Then she has a bunch of lady groups. I can't remember all the names, so sorry, Mom. But she honestly works harder than anyone I've known, because she works a full-time job and she's doing full-time ministry, and it's just really amazing. Like, even like outside of the church, to be able to do something, and she's so in love with Christ. She's been a huge inspiration for my walk. So,
so I think this is the cool thing. So a lot of people, I've been around a minute, and I've been in church for a minute. Literally, I was in church the week I was born. So
same.
I've been in church a long time.
Same.
And one of the things that I've seen over the years is a lot of people. So I was a youth pastor for a while too, and I had a lot of students that looked at the things that I did, looked at the church, right? And it's probably similar, sometimes a similar view to what you had. Like, people look at what we do in church and in ministry, like, oh, that's so cool. I'd love to do that, right? And that's because it's really cool. But the reason it's so cool is because we're called to it, right? So we need to draw that delineation of, yes, it's cool work, right? It's a good work environment. But it's like anything else. When you're not called to it, it will destroy you. Right. If you're not called to it, if you're not approaching it, with the right attitude, it's going to destroy you. So when you're in the wrong role, when you're in the wrong, when you're trying to do something in your life that God didn't call you to, right? We'll just put that blanket statement on it. Like, it doesn't go well. Right. So the thing I want to make sure people understand is you and your mom are both in ministry.
Yes.
Right. So you and your mom are in ministry in different ways, right? So you do it vocationally, and this is your role, right? And this is your calling. And this is your call to vocational ministry, right? And it's important, and we need it. And then your mom, right, is a perfect example of called to ministry in the way that as believers, we're all called to ministry, right? But your mom is a perfect example of living in her purpose and serving in her way, right? So there's always been this feel of like, okay, there's ministry, right? This is, I'm totally out of frame. Like, there's ministry, people that work in ministry, like, man, that work is far and above, this, right? And there are some ways where that calling requires more, and it is different, right? It's important that we delineate that. But we have a tendency, and I've seen volunteers put their ministry somewhere below that and treat it as if it's less important, right? It's like, well, here's the reality, right? There's a few pastors and ministers and leaders, and actually there's a verse that we read in Equip that you and I went through like years and years ago. This is our Equip verse, but we have this tendency where we treat those who are called to vocational ministry like, oh, their work is up here, whereas like, I'm just a volunteer. Like, well, that's a whole bunch of baloney.
It is.
Right. I should have I looked at this before. There you go. So Ephesians 4:11 says this way. It says, so Christ himself gave the apostles, the prophets, the evangelists, the pastors, and teachers, as verse 12, to equip his people for works of service so that the body of Christ may be built up. That's the work of those who are called to vocational ministry, right? That's what we do, right? And that's the catalyst for the body of Christ to go then and do ministry. Right. And your mom is a perfect example of that. So I love that. And I want to make sure everybody understands this. Like, Brentley's great for doing this vocational ministry. Right.
Thank you.
And
I
knew you'd fit right in.
I receive your
I
I
also wanted to say too that in a way, even if you're not called to be on a stage and or on a worship team or whatever it looks like, we're all called to be pastors and ministers, because the first thing, or one of the things that we're told, is to spread the word to the ends of the earth, and that also includes in our community. So we should be spreading the word and preaching to people. So it's not like the gospel can't just stay in the four walls of the church. And I think people come here to receive the gospel and to be discipled, but in reality, if it's only kept here, we're not doing that great of a job. We need to actually spread it. And our church does such a great job on that, like focusing on mission work and everything. So like my mom is just a great example of being able to do ministry like outside of the church. Which is still in the church because you're still in the body. That's another important thing, is to plug into a local church and to not try to do everything on your own, because then you're not, you're just your own authority.
I happen to know a pretty great church. It's a good spot. Big fan.
They're growing pretty quickly.
So Brentley, we got to know, what is the strangest thing you've seen a middle schooler do in your time in ministry?
Outside of 6-7. That is pretty strange. Honestly, I don't know, because it's all a blur. It kind of goes in phases. I don't know. It's so much. I can tell you what the ninth graders at NTS. As soon as I opened the door to tell them to go to bed, in the closet they had there was a metal pole that goes across. What a setup! And they hung a Nerf basketball goal on the thing. As soon as I opened the door, one kid dunked on top of the other and ripped the metal bar off the thing. And the look on their face was just priceless. They thought they were going to get kicked out. And thankfully, they didn't actually damage anything. They just ripped the metal bar off the wall, so we put it back. But I had to be the bad guy and be like, you can't do this anymore.
Yeah.
All right. So for all of you that have never served in student ministry at a volunteer or professional capacity, moments like that, right, are some of the greatest things about youth ministry is the contrast between moments like that and then the same thing you were talking about earlier of students like worshiping, confessing, like pouring their hearts out.
Yes, it's such a night and day experience.
You don't get this is why being in youth ministry is the greatest thing ever. Nothing working with adults will never trump this, right? If you think so, you're wrong. Nope. Adult ministry will never be as cool, right? Nope, you're wrong. Never as good. It will never be as good because students have this great ability just to be really ridiculous, but then also really honest and really real.
Very honest.
And there's so much, especially this generation, and I'm sure you've seen this. This generation is so much more receptive to spiritual things and understanding who God is, right? So when I was a youth pastor, we could get a bunch of kids to come by, inviting them with pizza or having some big event or something like that. Like we could get kids that way, right? We had, how many students did we have last Wednesday?
154 students.
Okay.
Which is absolutely amazing.
Right.
It's a lot of students.
And there was nothing special. Nothing out of the ordinary.
So like for me, like the most special things are when like, it's so easy to like walk and see a group of kids and just see like, oh, these are just a bunch of kids going crazy. But the best parts are when you actually pull them into a small group and have discussion. And the issue, like, it's hard to get, like, depending on the night and how excited things are, like, it can vary. But, you get in those deep conversations and you realize, like, these are little people, you know, like, and they're just as smart as adults. Well, maybe not just as smart as adults, but
I know two of those kids personally.
Yeah, but they're thinking and they're actually something to invest in. So don't ever think that like a kid is below somehow, because they're honestly more of an investment if you think about it, because they're the future generation. So
well, what they say about kids are always listening, it's true.
It is true
in every situation. They are always listening.
Absolutely.
They may not act like it, but they hear
one weird thing that I've had to come across is when I ask the sixth graders for prayer requests, they'll say to pray for their girlfriends. Yeah. And that's a very interesting thing. And I'd pray for them, because, that's got to be a hard thing.
Sixth grade boys and their girlfriends.
Yeah.
Those are tough relationships. Yeah.
They're
I
so
was scared
serious.
to talk to girls in middle school.
Yeah.
I was like, ooh.
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah, that's fine. That's perfectly a good thing.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you this, Brentley, as a dad of two of your students, I am incredibly grateful for you, especially because I know you've been a good kid. I'll vouch for you. You've been a good kid for the whole time I've known you. I love you. I love your family. So I feel very secure. And I feel very honored that my kids are, being discipled by somebody like you, somebody like, shout out to brand new dad, John Spencer.
Hey.
Yes, John Spencer. Yes.
Yep. Shout out to John.
Congratulations.
Welcome to the world, Mariah.
Yep. Yes. Shout out to John, one of the greatest youth pastors I've ever met. I tell people all the time, John is actually as good a youth pastor as I thought I was when I was his age, right? And I had a big old ego back in the day. So shout out to John Spencer. Yes. I can't tell you how cool it is. Just one as a dad, just to see all the students each week, and they're not just running around acting like fools, right? They're really worshiping.
Yes,
they're engaging in scripture in small groups. John does an excellent job teaching each week. It's our student ministry is growing and it's real.
Yeah, and it's very reflective of the leadership.
Yes,
over them.
Yes.
I mean, it's been cool seeing your maturation in faith just in the short 2-3 years that I've known you.
Yeah.
It's like, man, like it's been cool to watch.
Yeah.
It's been cool to watch.
Yeah, it's cool. Thanks for watching and listening to what God's called you into. And
Yes, thank you.
You know, for every one of us, I'll tell you, it doesn't matter if God has called you into vocational ministry. You know, if God's called you to work on church staff, doesn't matter if maybe God's called you to work at Walmart. Right.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you this is the other thing that maybe you don't even realize this, but I'll tell you there's seasons in life, right? So there was a season in your life where your ministry was serving in a volunteer capacity and working at Walmart, right?
Yeah, it was. I have stories about that.
Getting shocked, as an electrician and all that stuff, right? Everybody has seasons in life, and it doesn't matter what season you're in.
Yeah.
The important thing is God is calling you into ministry, right? Every one of us has a shape, right? So if you don't know what that is, you need to take Quip. It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Pastor Mike will help you discover your purpose and figure out your shape and everything. I'll tell you what I do now is absolutely in my purpose, right? More so than ever before. But my purpose has changed a little bit over the years. Like, it was my calling when I was a little bit younger was working in student ministry and was a youth pastor, and that was absolutely my calling. Well, now my calling has shifted, and there are better youth pastors around, right? But my calling is still to work in the church, build up the body of Christ, train volunteers, all those things.
And kind of like what you're saying, like with ministry, not just being like in the church and maybe at Walmart or whatever, like some of the best ministry moments I've had in my life is just working at Walmart in Ostrom because for example, there's this guy I met at Walmart. His name is Billy Moran, and he came up to me one day and he just was really frustrated because no one like shows you how to do anything. They just kind of throw you in, and which is frustrating. And we were talking, and he was like, "Man, you're the only person that has helped me in this whole place, and I'm very thankful." And then he put his 2 weeks in, and I had this nudge saying like, "Well, I got to share the gospel with him before he leaves." And so I went up to him and I told him, I was like, "Hey, do you believe in God? Like, do you go to church?" And he's like, "That's actually so crazy you said that because he's been close to 90 days sober from some things he was doing." And he was saying like, "I don't know if I believe in anything, but it's just really interesting because I was having a conversation about that before this moment, and I got to pray with him, and I don't know what he's doing right now, but I just know like little things like that are needed." And then like even at Ostrom, like there was a lady I can think of, like we were about to leave and she was like talking about her hip hurting and stuff. And I saw like on her desk, she was reading Revelation, and I was like, "Oh wow." And then again, it's just, you get that giant, like, I'm sure y'all have experienced this, like you get that heart tug. It's like, really right now? Like, which is like a great thing that God kind of like you got to do this now. And so I prayed for her hip in front of my coworker, and I don't know if she was healed in that moment, but I can still tell she was very grateful and needed it. And when we got to the truck, like I had a big conversation with my coworker about God. So that's why I feel like even if your ministry isn't on stage preaching, like you can still be useful for the ministry. Yeah. So yeah, it's not just I mean, you just got to do your part and let God work through you and just say yes and be willing. I think that's the most important thing, is just to say yes and be willing. And then you can do anything God allows you to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, yeah.
Man, you sound like a youth pastor. That's good stuff. You should probably do that.
I probably should do that. Yeah, that'd be really cool.
You should do something like that.
That would be a good idea.
I'll talk to John.
Yeah, maybe.
When he gets out of the baby thing.
Once he's had some sleep.
Yeah, once he's just...
We should probably warn him that he's
thing.
not going to sleep for the next 20 years. We should probably warn him about that. That's okay. But yeah, shout out to our student ministry. Shout out to this kid,
great.
Brentley, for joining us today. Thanks so much for serving the Lord and being a part of Parkway. Thanks for discipling my kids. I'm grateful for that.
Yeah.
We'll continue to pray for you. Your hair is going to fall out, and that's going to be okay.
Hopefully not.
Yeah, it'll be so fun to watch.
I'll just wear a hat. It's fun.
I will say, ladies, he is single.
Yeah, I am single, but
single.
I don't like plugging that.
As a Pringle.
That's okay. I wouldn't make you do that. I would do that.
Okay,
for you.
thanks.
Yeah.
What a wingman.
Yeah, single man who loves Jesus, has a good job, and loves his mom. Can't do better than that, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
that's what that's what everybody wants, whether they know it or not. That's what the ladies all want.
That's what you need.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So thanks, Brentley, for joining
you
us,
for
sharing a
having
little bit of
me.
your
Yeah.
story. It's always good to have you. You fit right in. It's probably a little scary. It's a little scary that you fit a little too well in.
I mean,
That does kind of normalize
I'd
Trevor
love to
and I,
do this
though.
more often.
Well, hey, we'll probably have you back.
yeah,
So
it's pretty good. I'll share.
maybe.
I'll find more stories to share. Y'all.
I love it. I love good
Yeah.
stories. So thanks so much for joining us in another episode of Midweek Motivation. Have a great week and stay motivated.
Stay motivated, my friends.
Bye.
Let's go.